How's it going, everyone? Justin Smith there, scouting and recruiting analyst for Touchdown Alabama. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. The first thing I need you to do is hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, subscribers hit that notification bell. Be notified when we drop content on our YouTube channel. Today I'm back here with another video breaking down some more breaking recruiting news as the Crimson Tide just picked up a verbal commitment from Cole Adams, a 2023 wide receiver out of Owasso High School in Oklahoma. He becomes the Tide's 9th commit in the 2023 recruiting class. He's the first wide receiver to give the Crimson Tide a verbal commitment in this particular recruiting cycle, and the Tide remain red hot on the recruiting trail with Adams' commitment. As a matter of fact, it's sort of an understatement to say they are red hot at the moment. They are basically on fire because they are basically landed a commitment every day this week. Picked up a commitment from Justin Jefferson, the JUCO linebacker out of Mississippi on Tuesday. Picked up 2 commitments from Brayson Hubbard and Tony Mitchell on Sunday, and they have Cole Adams on today. Adams shows Tide over Oklahoma and Arkansas. Both of those programs, along with the Crimson Tide, hosted him for official visits during the month of June. As far as his recruitment is concerned, as far as Alabama's push for him, they actually offered him in January, and immediately after that offer, it looked as if he was one of their top 5 receiver targets from the jump in this particular recruiting class. Once he got that offer, he already had a visit date locked in, actually visited a couple of weeks later in February, had an opportunity to catch up with him after that visit, and he told me in his own words that his relationship with Alabama was crazy good, that his relationship with their entire coaching staff had basically blasted off since he got that offer. The Crimson Tide's coaching staff got out to Oklahoma to see him, check on him at his school when they were on the road, when I think high schools were going through their spring practice. They got him on campus for that official visit, and the rest is history for Cole Adams, with him announcing his commitment to the Crimson Tide on today. As far as what he brings to the table, currently standing at 5'10", weighing approximately 175 pounds. Turn on his film. The first thing that you are going to see, the first thing that is going to jump out is his speed. And the Tide continue to hunt, continue to go after speed, specifically at the wide receiver position. Going back to the 2022 recruiting class, you had Isaiah Bond, Kobe Prentice, Aaron Anderson, all 3 guys with elite speed. The Tide picked up a couple of guys with speed out of the transfer portal as well. So the Tide want to continue to add speed to their wide receiver room, and Cole Adams is bringing more of it. You see it on his film. It is proven, it is verified, as he currently holds a PR 10.65 in the 100-meter dash. For the Tide are going after those track runners, those guys with those impressive 40 times at the high school football level, and Cole Adams is one of those guys. But he's also a physical player. I think his physicality and the dog in him is sort of underrated. You see him making blocks down the field, as you guys going to see, I think, a little bit later in his highlight film as it continues to roll, as I continue to talk about Cole Adams. But he's making blocks down the field. And when you look at a guy who's 5'10", weighing approximately 175 pounds, has that slot wide receiver frame, some of those guys like to play more so on the ground, like they are waiting for the ball to come to them. But Cole Adams does not do that. He actually attacks the football, high points the football, not afraid to go up and attack the football, make catches in traffic. He's got fights for extra yards. He, of course, that speed and that quickness and that elusiveness in the open field is really special in terms of what he's able to do when he gets the football in his hands. Also, in terms of his top end speed, it looks really impressive on film because it always looks as if he's always accelerating up the field. It just looks as if he's just continuing to pick up speed as he hits the open field. Has some experience playing on offense, of course, at the wide receiver position. But going back to that dog and that physicality in him, he actually plays on a defensive side of football a little bit for Owasso High School. So we have the blocking from Cole Adams. You have him playing on defense, coming downhill to make tackles. He's a guy who fights for extra yards, attacking the football at the wide receiver position. So I think this is a really great get for the Crimson Tide as they continue to go after those speedy wide receivers. If I had to point out a possible flaw in this game, something that he will continue to improve on, continue to work at, is his route running, which is something I'm pretty sure that he's going to continue to try to craft out and continue to try to get better at. But if I had to point out something about his game that needs to possibly improve, and it may not even need to improve that much. He just doesn't show it a lot on film, but he's a guy who has a lot of potential. That is something that can be easily trained at the next level when you have some of the raw skills and the skill set that Cole Adams currently has. But he's not the only wide receiver the Crimson Tide are going to add in the 2023 recruiting class. Obviously, he could be joined by Malik Benson in a couple of days here, as he will announce his commitment on July 5th, the JUCO product out of Hutchinson Community College in Kansas. The Tide signed several wide receivers in the 2022 recruiting class, looking at Kobe Prince, Isaiah Bond, Aaron Anderson, you have Shaz Preston in that 2022 recruiting class to go along with Kendrick Law. So we'll see how the Tide's 2023 wide receiver class shakes out, but they are definitely off to a great start with Cole Adams' commitment. Be sure to hit that like button before you leave. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribers hit the notification bell. Be notified when we drop content on our YouTube channel. As always, I am Justin Smith, the scouting and recruiting analyst for Touchdown Alabama.